Hello and welcome to a peaceful pause on this Thursday evening if you're in the UK. I've had a couple of weeks off from the peaceful pause. I had vertigo 1 week, which was absolutely horrendous. So I'm so glad to have come out of that on the other side. And if anyone has experienced vertigo, my heart goes out to you because I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anyone who had had it. And when I did, I was introduced to just how unsettling, how helpless it makes you feel, and how uncomfortable the actual experience that goes along the symptoms that you experience. So big love out to you if you have been a person that has gone through the vertigo whirlwind. And this evening, as I was thinking about what will this peaceful pause be about, I've been guided to create this pause as a focus on calming conflict. Conflict has been a theme in the work that I've done with clients this week, both internal conflict and external conflict that we can feel internally with regards to the thoughts that we think about ourselves, the way that we undermine ourselves, the way that we cause ourselves pain, the way that we get into cycles of blame, inner blame, of making ourselves wrong, of rejecting the realities of what's going on, the difficulties that we may be experiencing in our thoughts, in our emotional selves, and the amount of energy it takes when we are distracted with these themes, with these experiences, and how then that becomes reflected in our outside experience. And where conflict sits with our relationships, with the people around us, and we know that as human beings, that type of energy is consuming. It can be very, very draining. And it also, let me just turn my phone on do not disturb, otherwise it's going to keep beeping. And it can also pull us away from being able to connect with others in our relationships, whether that's in working situations, whether it's in more personal home life situations, friendships. So being able to find ways where we can maintain that inner connection, the external connection, in order for us to see a situation perhaps a little bit more objectively, and in order for us to remain connected to the bigger themes. Conflict tends to focus us in on very small parts of a much bigger picture. So when we're having internal conflict, we can get stuck and caught up on things that are such a small part of who we are and so unrepresentative of the vastness that we have available to us in our creative potential, in our ability to see the world in a beautiful and unique way. And being caught in that conflict makes us forget those other aspects that we innately and inherently have at our disposal. And when that happens with external conflict outwardly in our relationships, in our world, we get stuck on the things that aren't working in those relationships, in those situations, and then neglect so much of what is working. And what if we were able to step back and zoom out a little bit and focus on the bigger picture, we could help bring that into moving forward, into learning from the friction and the sticking points in order to make the whole situation function more smoothly and be stronger as a result. And this is not in relation to situations that are fundamentally toxic and fundamentally not the right places for us to be, but it's in those situations and in those relationships where finding more cohesion, finding more connection, connectivity will ultimately improve everything for all parties concerned. So I'm going to invite you, I'm going to guide you through a few moments to think about perhaps where this may apply to you at this moment in time, and then invite you to receive some Reiki energy to be sent to those conflicts wherever they arise in your life, in order to bring more calm, more connection, more harmony, and more space to express ourselves truly internally and externally. So I'm not really sure what the volume of the music is, so I hope that's a good amount, because I know it can be quite loud on here. And I invite you to step into this peaceful pause with me. Take a moment to find a position that best supports your body at this moment in time. Whether that is sitting up and being supported in your seat, or lying down. And as you move into your space, finding those points of contact with your body and your support. Being aware of your sit bones. And take a breath in as you take your awareness to your shoulders. And as you exhale, allowing your shoulders to become heavy, to sink away from your ears. And take your attention now to the movement of your breath. Noticing the breath as it enters your body, and noticing the breath as it's leaving your body. As you breathe in, begin to invite the breath a little lower into your abdomen, down towards your pelvic floor, down towards your lower back. And as you exhale, imagining the energy of your breath, the life force, evaporating through every single cell in the whole of your body. Slowing your breath. And as you hold that awareness, where are you noticing points of conflict in your life? Are there spaces in your thoughts, spaces of judgment, where you are at odds with yourself? Or does something else come to mind? A space of conflict where perhaps you are finding challenges in a particular relationship or with a particular group of people. And as you hold this awareness, as you are guided to the space to focus for you now, I invite you to consider what it is about this conflict that challenges you. What do you find difficult? What is it in your behavior or the external behavior that you get caught up in? And as this clarity comes to light, I invite you also to consider your contribution to the dynamic. Or to the things that you may be saying or doing, the perspective that you hold that may be keeping this conflict alive. And this is an invitation to be curious, to be open to explore. This is not an opportunity for blame. And as you hold this awareness, this clarity, I invite you to consider what you are ready to release around this conflict. What are you ready to let go of at this time in order to help you move past it? Whether that's something you hold internally or that you are in dynamic with another or others. And when you are ready to release this thing, what becomes possible for you? What space opens up? What can you invite in? And then bring your awareness back to the movement of your breath. Noticing the breath as it enters your body and noticing the breath as it leaves your body. And this Reiki energy is offered to you for the highest, smoothest, calmest resolution of the conflict held for all parties involved. And gently now becoming aware of your breath. And the points of contact with your body and your support. Deepening your breath. I'd like to thank you for joining me for this peaceful pause. The sessions for the next few weeks are on the live schedule, so I hope that you can join me for another peaceful pause soon.